Hey guys, it's Chris from Smithy Finance. It's January 29th and this is my midday market report. So it's a pretty quiet day, not much going on. We've got all the indexes are down somewhat, nothing big at all, but 0.25%, something in that nature. And we are seeing a nice move in Reddit that I mentioned the other day. Reddit's now $200. That's a 52-week high. I have a small position I want to add, but it's not really giving me much of a chance. But I would keep that on your watch list. One analyst that I really respect, he's got something like a $900 target on it for this year. So it's 200 right now. I doubt very much we'll see 900, but who knows? We could see a pretty good win. Their earnings are out February 12th. I'll be watching that. The uranium stocks are bouncing. I mentioned that on Monday, and I did do a little bit of buying of Energy Fuels, symbol UUUU in the US or EFR in Toronto. It's up 5 or 6%. I do have some offers out there. I need another percent or two for them to be taken out at this point. So I'm just sitting. Everything else is kind of quiet. Oil down $1. I mean, oil's been really a hard trade. All the Canadian oils are just dragging. The threat of the tariff from Trump is hanging over it, as well as just a lethargic market. So I'm not adding, I'm not selling, I'm just sitting tight. I've got quite a bit of oil, unfortunately. So I wanted to talk to you about keeping your eye on the unloved stocks. So we've all had situations where we've bought a stock and it's gone against us, or it's been boring and down for 1 year, 2 year, 3, and we end up hating it. I think we all know it. We hate it, take it off our watch list, we sell it, take a hit, take it off the watch list. But I'm gonna suggest that you don't get emotional about any of these stocks. Keep it on your watch list. Yes, it was a dog and you took a loss and you're disappointed. But as Cuppy says, and you can see him on X, he says, when a stock goes from totally effed to merely shitty is when you get a really good move. So it's worth keeping an eye on it. So on these things, and they can be dramatic. You can get a 40% jump off the bottom, in 3 or 4 weeks when things make that little turn. So a couple of areas to watch is the cannabis stocks. They've been terrible in Canada probably since 2017 or 2018. They've been horrible. And in the US as well, we had some good times, or the US market had some, cannabis stocks had some good times in maybe 21, 22, but it's been crappy ever since. GTII, which is Green Thumb, the GTBIF in the US, GTII in Canada, definitely worth watching. I don't own any right now. I have owned it in the past, but I'm watching it. We've got Kennedy maybe approved today as the new, MAHA, Make America Healthy Again guy, and I think he's pro-cannabis. Anyway, worth keeping an eye on it. I'm not suggesting a buy, but that one, I own some Jushi, Jush. I don't know, that's been horrible. I don't have an opinion right now. I do own a little bit in my registered account, but it's 0.001% of my account or something, so I'm not really concerned. But I am keeping an eye. Another area to watch for is the lithium stocks. They've been blasted. They've done terribly. Sigma Lithium, SGML, same symbol on both the Toronto Exchange and in New York, I think, or NASDAQ, not sure. That one's worth watching. There's a small one in Canada called Lithium Bank, which I do own, and I have been adding a little bit. It's down probably 90% from 2 years ago. They did a $2 financing. Now it's at 22 cents or something. They also did a 180 financing, a 160 or 150, and maybe a 120 or 110. In any event, it's way down. They've got $4 million on the balance sheet, or 4.5, or at least they did the last report I saw. And it's only, I think, a $10 million market cap. So it's tiny. It's just one to keep an eye on. And the point I'm trying to make is that some of my best winners have come from those forgotten, just tossed out stocks that nobody likes, nobody talks about, There's no excitement, no interest. They're just bombed out. And hence, there's an opportunity. Keep an eye, maybe buy a little, just so you have incentive to keep your eye on it. And we'll see. I suspect lithium comes back, but it might take 2 years, or it might take 1 year, and the market is always advanced looking, so you never know when the move happens. But my base case is it's going to be doggy for a while, but it's worth keeping an eye on, and maybe, just maybe, taking a small position. Oil is crap, but it's nowhere near bombed out, so I think you just, kind of stay away. If you own some, it's okay to hold, but otherwise, that's all I'd be doing. Anyway, last thing I wanted to mention was this was NVDA, this DeepSeek Chinese company on the AI side. I think it's for real. I think it's a real threat to NVIDIA. I've been doing some reading about it, so I would not be taking a position here, but just personally. And again, this is not investment advice. This is just what I'm doing. You do what you think is right. I'm just sharing my own thoughts on all of these stocks. But I would not be adding to or taking a position in NVIDIA now. And if anything, it might be a short. Again, not suggesting it. But this DeepSeek, I think, is a real threat to the whole AI space, the U.S. space, and just got to be careful. Bitcoin looks good. It's up, I don't know, to 102 in a bit. It's not doing a lot. MicroStrategy's not doing a lot. But as always, I'm bullish Bitcoin. And that's it for today. Hope you're doing well, and I will see you in the next one.